next piece that you'll be hearing, Waltz number 2, is from a collection of the Shostakovich's pieces. The reason that we chose Shostakovich pieces in this program, not only because I have this huge love for his music, but also this year we're celebrating the 110th year since his birth, and the harpsichord is not in it, but change it to the piano. But great. Anyway, so with Shostakovich, his music has a lot of some dissonances in there, but it's kind of painfully beautiful dissonances that will resolve at some point, and sometimes it doesn't get resolved. There are also these kind of ambiguous harmonies, and you're thinking where is he going at? But it's also fitting in very nicely with his music in sort of somewhat, some people might think that he has a little sense of putting in some grotesque kind of feeling to his music, but not in a way that you don't want to listen to it, but it's just so beautifully done. And he was very much influenced by lots of especially symphonies of Gustav Mahler, all these kind of post-romanticism of big, huge orchestration, just loud, and they're also very, very quiet moments, and just whole extremes, as well as some of the neoclassicistic kind of movement pioneered by Igor Stravinsky. So you hear a little bit of old and also new, and his own sound in the kind of a Soviet composer's soul and sound in his music. Now this Waltz number 2 is coming from a collection of pieces, some of the pieces that he composed for films, and also sort of movie score kind of those film scores and stage works. It's unknown who did this, but it's believed that a lot of his colleagues sort of got together of Shostakovich and they put together this music. The premiere was by, I don't know if you know, but Shostakovich, who's also one of the greatest cellists of the 20th century. He passed away a few years ago, but he premiered this in London. However, it had a different name, saying a jazz suite, or also known as Suite for Jazz Orchestra number 2, which is a completely different piece. So why did that happen? For a long time, people thought it was that lost piece that was lost in World War II. Later they found it again and they realized that it's not the piece that they're performing under. It was actually also recorded under the name of Suite for Jazz Orchestra. Well, we don't look like jazz orchestra, do we? We could be, right? We could be jamming and stuff, but just not in this. So it's, as the actual name of it is for the Variety Stage Orchestra, but not, so it's a completely different piece. So think about premiering and performing, recording, selling the records, and also selling the music under a completely different name. But anyway, so it's kind of interesting to note that. Now this piece is the 7th movement of this 8th movement whole piece, so we're only just playing one movement of it, and it's probably arguably the most well-known piece. And we have some guest artists over there. Dr. Douglas graciously joined us, and then also Carissa Wagner. We don't have Quentin today. It's Carissa who's playing for us, so there is a change in the program. This is not painfully beautiful kind of music. If you want that painfully beautiful, listen to his string quartet number 8 or his symphonies. But this is more very much if you can imagine this cold, snowy Russia. You don't have any problem imagining cold, snowy day, right? In Michigan. So cold, snowy day, but it's in Russia, and just sort of, it's waltz, but it's in minor key, and it's darker, but just have that kind of dark face as you're listening to it, and be in the mood of this. I hope you enjoy Waltz number 2, and are we all set up with everybody? Okay.